Hey guys, this is Logan. If you're watching this video, you probably don't know me yet, but I build PCs. I've been building PCs full-time for a living since 2020, and around when COVID began is when I was able to quit my job and focus full-time on refurbishing PCs I found on Facebook Marketplace, flipping them, repairing them, and it took me about a year to actually get good at learning what parts work together, understanding the market, knowing what to offer people, knowing what I could sell them for, knowing what was popular, getting reviews on Facebook Marketplace and building my reputation. But let's talk about 2026. This is not scripted. This is purely just a rant for the community I know is here on YouTube, from the greatest technician that ever lived to Linus Tech Tips, all of you people. I'm just a fellow guy talking to you guys about what it's like to be dealing with these shortages as somebody who deals and sells tech full-time out of his condo living room. So I'm literally just running a photo booth on my MacBook with my streaming webcam to talk a little bit about this. DDR5 right now here in Las Vegas, a lot of my friends who do flip tech full-time are buying it off of Marketplace, and they're still getting it for dirt cheap. Now, it's January 20th, and that's not going to last forever. Right now, it looks like pre-builds are the cheaper option versus building custom high-end PCs for people. We get lucky because we find open box or used parts locally, and we upcycle them into custom builds, which people know are built from refurbished parts. And we're able to keep costs down. For example, I just built a RTX 5070 12 gig Ryzen 7 9700X PC with one 16 gigabyte stick of 6000 millihertz T-Force RAM, and that cost me $1,050 with a brand new case and good quality parts with a 1 terabyte SSD. Now, because I know how to haggle and I buy entire used PCs at a discount, I'm able to get parts for what they used to cost a few months ago, sometimes still cheaper. And we get lucky because I myself and my partners and we are all constantly negotiating and haggling and looking for deals. We're using ChatGPT Atlas AI. We are just hunting the markets at all times to find deals and hoard it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Vegas locals, but we're hoarding whatever we can find, whatever we have the time to go buy while other people are stuck at work, because this is our job. And we all have to stay adaptable. When you're a small business owner, you have to be ready to dodge things like this all the time. Now, LTT made a great video sharing how tech is still way cheaper compared to wages rising than it was about 20 years ago. It is still far cheaper to get a computer that can run Call of Duty and Apex Legends for $500 or $600 on the local market than it was 10, 15, or 20 years ago. But people don't give a shit. They don't give a shit how it was 20 years ago. Our cost of living is up. Our rent is much higher. It went from 20% of our income to 80. People are barely getting by, and they want the best deal they can find, especially locally, which local is my only market. I sell parts online that I don't need, or other electronic scores. Like I could show you, I have, 5G hotspots and Intel NUC mini PCs, and people trade me PS5s, and all sorts of little things I could always, part out or piece out on the internet, which is a nice subsidiary income. Of course, I've always wanted to make money on YouTube, and I've only made money from a couple of my videos. But here I am, just putting raw, unfiltered content out there to share the scene of things. So what does it look like for PC builders right now? I'm curious. If you build or flip PCs, or if you have a small tech repair shop, comment below. Let me know how you're doing, because I know that they're having to focus a lot more on services instead of just reselling products, and a lot of people are working really hard at the beginning of this year. The AI bubble doesn't seem like it's going to last too much longer, but who can really tell? These companies have locked into multi-year contracts to purchase that RAM, and unless they go completely bankrupt and can't deliver the funds, that RAM shortage is going to continue 4 years. And it's interesting that the GPU shortage hasn't really started yet for 5070s and under, but for anything above a 5070 right now, it's gone. Last month, 30 days ago, actually on Christmas Eve, I was able to pick up a brand new sealed MSI 5080 Supreme for $800 from somebody. And yeah, they're over $1,300 now locally. It's not looking great for high-end PCs. It's going to be limited to people who have over $5,000 to spend to get a 5080 or a 5090 PC. And at least they're using things like FrameGen and DLSS to make gamers happy. But at this point, guys, GPUs are less than 1% of NVIDIA's revenue. I don't even know why they're still doing this. I don't know why they're still making GPUs as a business owner. I see where all their money's coming from, and when it's done coming from the AI, they will come home like a drunk, sad wife who just cheated on her husband with 5 guys. Yeah, it's just gonna be a shit show. We're gonna either see gamers embrace AMD GPUs a little bit more, or we're gonna see some battling in the local markets. We're probably gonna see 8GB GPUs like the 5060 Ti still remain around the same price. And for now, the 5070 is still around $550 as of the time of this video. I could buy an Asus Prime for $549 today, brand new. But I don't expect that to last. I don't think anyone does. And I'm being thrown right back to the COVID shortage. I was on an air mattress sleeping outside of Best Buy for the 30 series drop because of the mining shortage. And here we are with an AI shortage. And it's beginning to make me even consider using old, 1070s and RX 570s to try to run AI farms. That might even be the new mining. At this point, as I think a whole new mining shortage could also come, because people are able to run their own chat GPTs and their own image generation on a PC and sell that as a service online, or rent out their 4090s online to solve AI tasks, which is paying more than crypto mining used to pay. So there's a whole new little mini revolution scalper shortage hell coming. And I'm not surprised. Are you? I mean, with the exponential growth of tech, stuff like this is gonna happen. And with who we have in office in the US and all of the progress these companies are making, who knows, right? And AI is here to stay, but it's gonna take a while for companies to figure out where the use is actually practical and how many jobs they can really replace. Once that's over with, we're gonna see some pullback or the bubble popping, at least some serious pullback, and hopefully things settle out a little bit more. But for now, I've had to pull back and focus on dirt cheap PCs. That's still my bread and butter, is trying to be kind of a local Robin Hood and just saving people money compared to going to Best Buy. Like, I can build a 1660 Super with a Ryzen 5 3600 and 16 gigs of RAM and sell that to somebody for $400 or $500 at most, and make a little money to keep the lights on without going back to a 9-to-5. And that's what got me on my feet and got me to quit my job initially, was dealing with, very cheap hardware, used hardware, refurbishing stuff, getting the most value for your money. That's what I'm about. I'll get back to selling online soon. I do have a website I haven't finished, but that's my rant. That's what things are like. Here and there, I'm scoring an office liquidation, like the monolith of PCs I just showed you on my wall. And that's going to keep me going. And I'm trying to keep gamers happy here in Vegas and nearby wherever I can sell. So shout out to all of the nerds, because it's cool to be a nerd now. All of the nerds here who keep me afloat. Everybody in every city who's getting by, doing tech repair. Good luck to all of you, and let's stay adaptable. The cool thing is, the tech that we all love and enjoy is still going to keep progressing. There's a lot of cool new inventions coming, and we just have to stick through the storm like we did through COVID. We'll be all right.